State junior star Taro Hirose added 3 more assists last night to his nation-leading assist and point totals in a win over Minnesota. Those teams back at it tonight. We're ready to start a loaded night of hockey on BTN, and it begins from East Lansing, Michigan, where the Minnesota Golden Gophers meet up with the Michigan State Spartans. And with that, we say hello and a welcome to East Lansing. It's great to be alongside Dave Starman, Mike Monaco here with you. And last night, Dave, it was the special teams for Michigan State in the win. They had 3 power play goals.
He's the bus driver in this KHL line.
It's a good top line for Minnesota as well. Tyler Sheehy is a mainstay in this conference, and he had a pretty good weekend the first time these two met. Andrew Sturtz and Penn State boast one of the nation's top offenses. They come to East Lansing tonight in desperate need of a win. Two weekends to go in the Big Ten regular season and still plenty at stake in the conference. Penn State is ranked 16th in the country, trying to get back on track here at Munn Ice Arena, where the Spartans await. And with that, we say hello and welcome to East Lansing alongside Fred Pletch. Mike Monaco here with you. Well, Dan Cole has tried to engineer the start of a turnaround here in his first season leading the Spartans, and Fred, they feel they'll be a tough out down the stretch.
Pitlick jockeying with Morrison. Tyson scores! His second tonight has Notre Dame on top. Masters. Center point, this is Dello. Now Graham in the circle, rebound there! Score! Third of the season for Matt Hellickson. Not a bad way to get your weekend going and the college career going. Morrison across, save made by Robson. Morrison couldn't get it out. Here's Christopher Brown down the slot. Great pass. Cross ice. Nearly deflected in. And Morris reaches.
Back into the circle. Lefterman makes another stop. Pitlick scores.
Knocked down, and here comes Penn State in the final 30 seconds. Pavlichev fires and scores.
Final 15 seconds of the period. Kodorenko whips it to the circle. Score. Lewandowski off the feed.
Dawson Cook off the takeaway. Notre Dame with numbers. Cook holds. Far side shot, score! Bo Brower ties it at 1.
Got going on a power play that's been red hot.
When you get onto a power play, the one thing you want to do is find the soft spot. In a 1-3-1, it's generally in the middle. Watch Michigan State control the puck here, and then watch the guy in the middle, Lewandowski. Seam is open, sticks are open, lanes are open. Can't give Taro Hirose that much room to thread a pass, and he did it perfectly. Now watch off the faceoff. Again, we're going to go to the soft spot on a 1-3-1. This time it's Kodorenko. He puts a stick down. Shot comes through. He tips. Options are there. But the bottom line was, in that 1-3-1, they made it happen. Keep your eye today on 71 in white, Logan Lambden. Thought he was a big, physical, heavy winger last night who created chances, a good F1 on the forecheck, made a lot of things happen. On their back end, Michigan State's got some nice talent back here, and Jared Roseberg, I thought, was really good last night, especially late in the game with a couple of key blocks, killing penalties. The Golden Gophers, they come loaded with some offensive talent, and a guy I thought was real good last night has been good the second half, Brandon McManus. Really good, can play that heavy game, got skill, net front presence, really creative with his stick. I like his hockey IQ. Shifting to the back line. Keep your eye on Clayton Phillips. I've known this kid since he was 16 years old, played for me at the Select Festival. Offensively skilled, really good hockey IQ. He can transport pucks when he needs to.
Well, behind those 6, Matt Robson made 37 saves last night in the losing effort, but he still ranks second in the Big Ten and top 10 in the country in save percentage.
It's funny because 3 of those goals that went by were deflected, hit a couple of different things. I thought he was real good last night. The beauty of Robson is he gives his team a chance to win every night, uses his size really well, combo, blocker, athleticism.
And for Michigan State, John Lethman beat Minnesota for the first time in his career. So it's win, stay in, and he gets back-to-back starts over the freshman Drew DeRitter.
And they're trying to find the guy that's going to carry the mail. I kind of like the fact that both of these guys are pushing each other. I thought he was really good down low last night. He kept a very clean crease, really good with his stick down low.
Bob Motzko, of course, in his first season at the helm at Minnesota, made the move 70 miles southeast from St. Cloud State. Second year for Danton Cole at his alma mater, and it's a group that's trying to find some momentum in this second half of the season, and he says the Big Ten is like playoff games. We showed you the power play goals, also a good penalty kill unit last night.
Absolutely. He talked earlier this week about the key for his team is when they're moving their feet, they're physical, and when their physical game is engaged, they're a much harder team to play against, and he seems to have that going every week now.
Top line for Michigan State to start the night that was so effective yesterday, as on the power play as well. That was Taro Hirose wheeling around behind Robson, and Minnesota comes back the other way. They start the night with the Ranta Novak McManus line. This is Tommy Novak who centers that group with Patrick Kodorenko along the half wall. Hirose through center. Dennis Sasana, the freshman on the blue line, had 3 assists. It's loose and a glove save made by Robson on Lewandowski.
And I think last night, one of the things Michigan State did well was they layered their attack and came at Minnesota in waves. And you see another great example of it. When you've got a defenseman that can transport the puck and jump in the rush, 22 in white, Sasana does that. And now watch the layering. Watch 9 in white Lewandowski as he saves ice, which is a real good hockey IQ skill, and gives himself enough space to get a pass and put a good chance at Robson.
And a face-off win, and Robson makes the blocker save, and it stays in along the boards. Yeah, Dennis Sasana has tried to figure out when to join the rush. We talked with his partner, Jared Rosberg, about that yesterday. That's some of the growth that the redshirt junior Rosberg has seen in his freshman mate in Dennis Sasana.
He's got good feet. He's got good hockey IQ. Like I said, he can transport a puck up ice. Now, it's interesting. The one thing Danton Cole was talking to me about earlier this week, he said, our defensemen have got this figured out. When they want to get points, they give the puck to the forward and they join. But as the season's gone on, they have noticed in their top 4 that their guys are getting into the rush a little bit more. He still wants them to move pucks up and join, but the beauty of it is some of these players, especially Sasana, has developed the confidence to go with the puck, lead a rush, and he knows he's going to get covered on the back end.
3 true freshmen in the top 6 defensively for Michigan State. So as Danton Cole says, there's always one of them on the ice for our young group.
No way to build for the future than put your younger players on the ice, let them play through their mistakes, let them learn through their mistakes. Most importantly, make sure that they play without worrying about those mistakes.
Tyler Nanny at the point, and that's deflected up into the protective netting.
And what I mean by that, Mike, is when defensemen play afraid to make a mistake, they'll get nervous. They'll try to keep it too safe. They won't take a chance. And you know, being around sports long enough, when players take chances, when they push the envelope and they get back to the bench and the coach can say, okay, nice idea, let's do it again, or let's add this to the thing so that you have more space, that's when these players' confidence starts to grow.
Yeah, 4 teenagers as well, if you include a young sophomore back there in Tommy Miller. All freshman line out there for Minnesota. There's a group that got a goal quickly. It was from this man, 9 in the maroon and gold, Sammy Walker, former Mr. Hockey winner in Minnesota. And Walker collects and flips it back into the offensive end. Christian Krieger collects near the corner. Clayton Phillips pinches forward along the half wall. Scott Reedy back in behind. Here's Blake McLaughlin. Phillips, D-to-D. Stucker, a freshman for Minnesota on the blue line. Stucker starts it up ice for the Golden Gophers. Here's Jack Ramsey. Hangs onto it along the circle. Joey Marooney has moved on to the 4th line. Plays just his 2nd game of the season for Minnesota. He's 12 in the maroon and gold. Sam Saliba starts it back the other way. There's a freshman for Michigan State. Wojtek Stachowiak had a rip to the right of Robson.
Put the puck on goal. So the one thing coach will scream about all the time, they want their guys to shoot. but don't waste shots. Don't get fancy. And especially if you're coming down your own wing, he's a left wing shot on the left wing side. That puck is seeing more the short side than seeing the far side. High percentage shots, even a shot off the pads that creates a secondary opportunity. Always good early in games when momentum is still up for grabs.
Now, Robson had to stare down quite a few pucks coming his way on net yesterday. Made 37 saves, like he told you. You made the point, 3 of those on deflections. Another one was on a 5-on-3.